From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is the Anderson Pens Podcast.
Welcome to the Anderson Pens Podcast, episode number 429 for Thursday, March 3rd, 2022.
This week we have Banter, news, updates, my ink of the week, fun new pads from Knock Knock, the Penlux Delgado Betta in our hot little hands, a contest winner, a new contest, plus not one, not two, but three new items from Sailor that are coming soon.
Three?
Three.
You have to mention that we're going to do banter? Isn't that like
Yes,
obvious?
I usually mention it. It's a recap.
Just to warn people?
It's a precap is what I call it.
Precap.
Yes.
Got it.
And you missed your line. That are coming soon.
Hey, Eric.
What, Lisa?
What's blue and smells like red paint?
I don't know.
Blue paint. I never get to tell the joke. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
My job is done.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
In case you hadn't noticed, Lisa's on the podcast. How are you, Lisa?
I am good. It's a little chilly up here.
Up here in Appleton?
Up here in
compared
Appleton
to Chicago?
versus Chicago.
I don't know. The sun is shining.
I know. It is nice to have sun.
Seems like the snow is melting.
It's nice to have windows in the store. In Chicago, I look out into a
that's true.
hallway,
That's
and
true.
so it's just so nice to see
I was
the big
recently
windows.
in Chicago.
I know. We had dinner.
dinner.
We had
I
a good
spent
time.
half a day with you in the store.
That was
It
great.
was fun. You bought me lunch that
I
day.
did.
Yeah, it was a nice
And now
time.
Brian is having Corner Bakery like every day.
Yep. Well, it's right there on the corner.
It was dangerous to give him access to my app.
But
But
you
everything
get
he
the points.
spends, I get the
You get the
points.
points.
So
Speaking of eating, today the location bumper at the beginning was Moonwater Cafe, which is on Law Street, just half a block up from our previous location bumper, which was Jacob's Meat Market.
Yes.
This is a cute little cozy place.
I've never been there.
It's a house, really, and they just took the entire front room and they have tables. They serve coffee and sandwiches and soups and ice cream, but they source everything from other local businesses.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you like, for instance, the coffee from Akoka, which we like,
Right.
that's where they get their coffee from.
Okay.
If you like the ice cream from Frio, that's where they get
Oh,
their
you've
ice
been
cream.
there.
Yes, I like Akoka and I like Frio. They get their meats from Jacob's Meat Market, so they're just pulling from all the good places in town. And yes, I did look over there because there was a noise.
That used to be a bookstore, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was prior.
I think it was also a lamp store.
Okay.
It's been a number of different things.
I don't know
over the
any of
years.
this.
It's a beautiful, beautiful building.
It's a nice house.
Yeah.
That they've
But it's
retrofitted
an
into
old
a
style
Yeah,
house.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Which everybody just saw.
Awesome.
Inco that's a wrap. It's over.
Yes, I received postcards, one or two from you, several from Brian. I wrote none.
You wrote none.
I wrote none.
You wrote none. I got a note from you.
Did you?
Yeah, but you were
Was it
in
a Post-it
town.
note? No.
Yeah, I think it was a Post-it note. But it counts.
You know,
it counts.
I knocked it out of the park a couple years ago, and I
And that just counts forever now, right?
Pretty
That's
much,
fine.
yeah.
I can agree with that.
just checked it on my list. Done.
I am a little behind, not in Inco but in the responses, because I do get a lot of Inco mail that I wasn't expecting. the
Oh, God,
surprise
you
mail.
know,
And
I
yeah,
got several, but I just
What happens is, over the years, and it's been 10 years now, I notice that people are excited to send, but they're also very excited to receive.
I know.
And so if they take the time, I do try to send at least a postcard.
It's the guilt that gets me.
Well, postcards are quick and easy.
I know.
And they say, yes, I got your mail, and thank you very much, and
Thank
look
you
at
for
my
thinking of
pretty
me.
ink.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTube,
Okay. Where do we get YouTube from?
this Friday, which is tomorrow,
Okay.
we're going to publish Lisa's top 5 under $100.
That was fun.
That was fun. And I think I got them all right, as I recall.
I think your memory needs some work.
And next Wednesday on YouTube, we're publishing something brand new. It's Steph's top 5 turquoise inks.
That one I'm going to watch.
Yeah, Steph has been on the podcast a few times. She is Anderson Pen's senior image editor, and she is the person we go to for all questions about color. And she's the definitive word. She gets the last word on color, because I'm always wrong.
She gets the last word on
a lot of things. So that'll be, I was in that recording,
Okay.
but now I want to see it, because I wasn't really paying attention when we were doing it. Although I think I picked his favorite ink of the 5 that she picked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You want to remind people of this.
Faber-Castell is on sale at the moment, and this rarely happens. So Faber-Castell, all pens and bottled ink except for the Polyball ballpoint which is already
$7.
really great value,
And I have one.
are all 20% off.
Through when? Through March, the end of this month.
Yes, and we're not sure if that's going to become a permanent thing. Faber-Castell has historically been very strict about pricing, and once or twice a year, they would allow certain retailers to put certain things on sale with very strict start and stop times. And so this is really kind of interesting.
It's a surprise sale from Faber.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it makes their pens a good deal, but the ink, amazing deal.
Yes,
because it's
yes.
those beautiful.
Oh, they look
They're
like
beautiful
men's
bottles,
cologne
yeah.
bottles.
They're beautiful bottles, 75 mil.
Yes.
They're huge, and they're now on sale.
Gorgeous silver cap. I mean, it's just really
Yes.
a beautiful bottle. In fact, Brian uses an empty one for his shellac bottle on his workbench because it's got such a nice
Yeah,
wide
can't tip it
base.
over.
Yes.
Can't tip it over. Speaking of ink, I see that one did.
Okay.
I did just pull that out of the air. Speaking of ink, I have my ink of the week,
Okay.
which is Sailor Shiori Fuji-Sugata. And
That is
and you saw it.
I did, the handprint.
Yeah, I do that once a week now for my ink of the week.
Okay.
Sometimes
So can we get your fingerprints off that for some
probably not.
bioscan?
It doesn't. It's not working out as well as I had hoped. But I think it's artistic, so I just run with it.
How long does it take to...
Oh, it
Clean
depends
your
on the
hand.
ink. Truly depends on
Have
the
you done
ink.
Bay State Blue?
I'm not going to do Bay State Blue.
Okay, that's a pretty color.
I call it lavender. It's
Okay.
absolutely a lavender color. It does have some subtle shading. When you can find it, it goes to fuchsia and some blue.
Okay.
It's very easy on the eyes.
Yeah,
It's nice to look at and not difficult to read.
It's not super vibrant. It's not in your face. It's not eye searing. There are some colors out there that are just really bright.
And it comes in the 20 milliliter Shiori Sailor bottle, which is a little ice cube. But additionally, you can get this one in cartridges.
Yes, I don't think enough people know how many different Sailor ink cartridge colors are available.
Just the Shikioris are amazing. And it comes in a little plastic
Yes.
3 cartridge container, which is making me think I want to try some of these cartridges because they hold a lot of ink, and I'm probably going to like all of the Shikiori colors.
I have a thing for containers.
Well, you should get one of these. I could hook you up.
Use the cartridges and then keep the containers.
This particular ink was no feathering, minimal show through, if at all, and it was basically from my hand, so you don't really put that much ink on the paper when you're writing. And
pretty
easy
color.
cleanup, even off my hand. So
important.
that's important.
Great.
I liked it.
My friend says to me, "What rhymes with orange?" And I told him, "No, it doesn't."
This guy sucks.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes, sir.
finally, while you're here, finally we have something to hold in our hands that I've been waiting for quite some time, and that is the Penlux masterpiece, Delgado Betta.
I know. I like the size. The
We've been talking about these for quite
okay.
some time, but
Now you have it.
they came in once, and I said, okay, we're going to have it on the podcast. They were gone before we...
I like a smaller pen, and I think the Penlux Masterpiece Grande is really a great value because it's just beautiful and a piston. But it's, for me, it's way too big for my
It is a
hand.
large pen,
It is a
grande,
big-ass pen,
but it's
yeah.
a big-ass pen.
I can see that.
What is it you don't like about these? Because now that I've done a few pen videos with you, I know there's something you wish wasn't true about this pen.
I'm not a big piston fan.
Right, and I like the piston.
I understand people like it because they hold a ton of ink. I'm just really lazy. I'm just going to go there when it comes to cleaning my pens, and I just find
You
it
kind of like cartridges, don't you?
I like cartridge and converter.
And converter.
I just like it to be quick and easy to clean.
But I prefer a piston, which is not quick and easy
Let me
to
write
clean.
that down. Take notes on
Take
what Eric
notes.
prefers. This is beautiful.
And this is a very good deal.
Yes.
It's a nice, even the Delgado is a nice size, and it's a piston filler.
I love the roller clip.
The roller clip is nice. The nib is a number 6 Jovo nib. Fine, medium, broad. There's a 1.1 stub.
Yeah.
You can also get special order, the 14 karat flex and
These are,
the 18 karat that doesn't flex.
it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful.
Yeah. I understand now why they flew out the door so quickly.
So does this talk to you, or is this like
I actually-
a week without buying a pen for you?
I'd probably have to choose a grande.
Okay.
Because this is not a small pen.
It's definitely not a small pen.
But having seen and held the Grandes,
it's definitely not
yeah,
the
they're
large.
just...
Well, this is a decent size.
And they're both affordable.
Yes.
Both the Delgado and the Grande.
Absolutely.
Are quite affordable.
I was excited to see that. I think it's great that they're expanding the line that they have. So,
Moving on, I've got a pad of paper here that you probably can't see that on the podcast, but it says WTF at the top. What does that stand for again?
want to file?
Want to file.
Well,
that's fancy. I thought we decided.
Well, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic. That's what I
Yes.
decided. We got more knock pads.
Didn't you come up with that?
Yes, but that was years ago. Well, that's
So
fantastic.
Knock Knock has some really great, fun pads and sticky notes to help keep you organized, to help motivate you, just to make all your to-do lists a little more exciting.
Yeah, I like this WTF. Well, that's fantastic because you fill it's Mad Libs really. You fill in the
Yes.
blanks. You say to and from, and you can just check mark. WTF? Were you thinking? Were they thinking? Did you say? And while you were is another favorite.
While you were
of mine.
sleeping.
While you were out
Julia Roberts?
on the phone,
No.
sleeping, zooming, in the bathroom, drunk,
Does it
taking
really say
selfies. It says drunk. Getting coffee, pretending to work.
Yes. So it's like to let you know that somebody called or sent a memo
Or whatever.
showed up or whatever. Yeah.
Or just have
these
some
are
fun.
fun.
You've got a plan of attack
I
that I
have
was
a plan
looking
of
at.
attack that is hard to miss. You are not going to lose this bright pad on your desk.
But you can do that for your daily lists, or you
Yes.
can do it for a
Today,
particular
this week,
project.
this month, this lifetime, this project.
They have a space for most critical things to do. It would be nice, and not a
Not a
chance,
chance. Yeah.
which
With a
is
little
where I
checkbox.
start.
Yes. No, these are great.
But these are just the newest 6 that we got
Yes.
from Knock Knock, because there's plenty of Knock Knocks in the
yeah,
store.
I really
and
like these. I like the little thin ones.
all of them are at least a little irreverent.
Yes, and that's
Some of them more than others.
sometimes we all need to take ourselves a little less seriously.
Sometimes.
And they're just fun.
And I hear a rumor that Steph, who just did her 5 turquoise inks, is going to reprieve Mr. Paper. And she's going to review at least one of these
great.
to let us know whether or not you can use it with your fountain pens. But you've been using one of these.
I have.
Fountain pens?
Yes.
Yeah. Even a broad nib or
No.
No.
I don't use broads.
So at least a fine.
Fine and a medium do well.
Well,
I have some of the.
Well, I don't think it's something you'll be writing on the back of anyway.
No.
Okay.
No.
So,
these,
yeah.
These are cute. They're really just cute.
They are. And Mr. Paper, sometime
Are we
soon.
going to call her Mr. Paper?
I think so. I
Okay,
think
just keep that?
She has no problem with that. She said, it's fine with me.
Great.
The show is Mr. Paper. She is now a stand-in for Mr. Paper.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to go with Mr. Paper. Steph.
My doctor told me I was going deaf. The news was hard for me to hear.
Mrs. Anderson,
Yes, sir.
we did a contest last week.
You do a contest every week.
Yeah, it's kind of a survey.
Okay.
It's kind of a survey where you ask opinions and people put comments down underneath the video and let us know how it goes. Last week's survey question, contest question, was regarding fountain pen nibs. Gold or steel, or does it even matter? And I have the results.
Okay.
And before, you've probably seen them already.
No. I just
Do you have an answer for yourself?
no. But in my head, I hear Richard Dawson's voice going, "Survey says." Sorry.
Richard Dawson. But what about you? Gold, steel, doesn't matter.
I really don't notice that big a difference between many of the modern steel nibs and many of the new gold nibs.
So if you had to vote in this contest,
I would probably go gold.
you would go gold, even though you don't notice the difference. Which, that's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Tell us why.
I think it's the thought that it's. I think it's a perception thing.
That's I prefer gold, but it's just a perception. It
is.
doesn't
It
really,
is. If
for
you
me.
put 2 pens in my hand that were the exact same pen, and one had a gold nib, one had a steel nib, I don't know if I could always tell the difference.
No, but if you had a choice and they're the same price,
The same price,
Yeah.
yes. Price is definitely
price is
key.
in there.
I would go gold.
I try to go gold.
Okay.
But I don't hate steel nibs because
No,
they
not at
write
all.
well as long as they're tuned correctly, made
Modern
correctly.
steel nibs
Modern
are
steels
really,
are fine.
really very
So
good.
our
Okay.
audience, the clear winner with 56% of the vote was doesn't matter.
Woo!
Just doesn't matter. 27% of the vote went for gold, and 17 went for steel. But
I didn't realize I could just do I don't care.
I said
You
gold.
said which one?
Nib-
you said
gold,
if you had to
steel,
choose
or
gold
does it
s-
matter?
Or steel. I felt like I was
I'm
forced
sorry
to
if I was
choose.
not clear.
Okay.
Would
I'm
you
gonna
like
go
to
with
change your vote?
doesn't
Doesn't matter. Okay, you'll go with the majority. We did have one vote from Alan L. for titanium, which I didn't even offer, but okay.
He's a rebel.
Most people, I'll read a comment from Marcy Hummel, who basically said what most people said. I like both gold and steel. What matters most to me is that the nibs write smoothly, doesn't skip or hard start, and is amply wet. Most people said as long as the quality control is there on the steel nib,
Yes.
they're fine with it. It doesn't matter at all. A couple people said that they expect a little better quality control if it's a gold nib.
I think that that's fair.
Seems logical.
Because you're spending more money.
Right. Traditional Larry said either nib is acceptable as long as it performs well and gives me pleasure writing.
Excellent.
Nicholas Adams said, sorry, no preference between gold and steel. I have both. When I reach for a pen, it is task and nib size that matters most. Plus, he added, the good humor of the podcast is very welcome, which I just thought I'd read. And we have a winner. This winner was picked at random. Sometimes they mention my name. This time it didn't happen.
You picked them because they mentioned
No,
your
I think
name?
every time I have to explain that. It wasn't because they mentioned my name. The winner of this week's $20 gift certificate credit to your Anderson Pens account is Jessica Cho, or Shu, I'm not sure, Chou, please correct me, who said, my gold nibs definitely feel softer. However, the gold doesn't mean a better writing experience. Some of my favorite butter-smooth nibs are steel. And that's
Absolutely.
true. So, Jessica, just write to me, Eric, at AndersonPens.com, and we'll get you your $20 credit to your Anderson Pens
hook
account.
you
We'll
up.
hook you right up. I have a couple of comments that weren't really related to that, but they're side notes, and I forgot to bring it. But last week, my ink of the week was a Colorverse ink, and it was the one that came in the 2 bottles.
Okay.
So it's the big one and the 15 mil. And
Right.
we looked at the bottles, Brian and I said, I'm not sure what you do with the 15 mil bottle. And Edward Stotts says, the little bottle could travel with you in your tote. And I said, yeah, it's
That's
a travel
true.
ink bottle. It's a little thing. I don't usually travel with ink.
I don't think that I've actually seen one open because we don't have those in Chicago at this point. Is the opening of the little bottle big enough?
Didn't look. But it's big enough for my syringe that I used. I was going to mention that.
Yes. I skipped right over that.
I was going to
6
mention
pages back.
that last week when we were discussing the results of cartridge versus converter, I confessed. I didn't even know I was confessing. I let the world know that I fill a converter with a syringe. Brian thought that was nuts. Michael Ward, our friend Michael
Yes.
Ward, thought it was so crazy he had to text me when he saw it. He said, "What? I did not know that about you. Like I'm doing something really terrible." So I just wanted to mention that 7 comments in this week's said that they do it the same way. So I am not alone.
Okay.
Not that I care what other people think.
Is that the first or the subsequent filling of a pen? Because if it's the first filling of a pen, you really shouldn't fill the syringe. You shouldn't fill the converter because you don't get ink all the way up the feed. You don't prime the
that
pump,
was
so to speak.
mentioned, but I fill it every time if I'm using a converter.
Okay.
And then I put it back into the section with the nib, and I put that back onto the barrel, and then I dip it into the
Okay,
bottle,
so
just
that you
halfway
get-
up
yeah.
the feed, and it works for me every time. I got at least one comment that said you could just squirt a little ink onto the feed from your syringe, and I will try that next time.
Okay.
So
Great.
back to the other one.
Yes.
Alani Walker said, hi, to get ink off your hands, use lava soap. Works great. I could not find it anywhere, so I found it on Amazon. There is not any ink that I have used that it has not taken off. And I remember lava soap from my childhood.
I have a funny memory about lava soap.
I remember it as being good at getting bicycle grease off your hands.
My cousin David was I think a teenager, and he went to wash his face, and we had some lava soap in the bathroom off of our garage.
Exfoliation.
And he went to wash his face with it, and He was in pain for a couple days. It's really abrasive. He
It's
never
very
did that
abrasive,
again.
and I haven't seen it in the store, so I have some on order from Amazon because every week I do a handprint, and some inks come right off.
Oh, it's great.
I admitted that I usually, before I do the handprint, I put a bowl of water and some bleach, some diluted bleach.
That's
and
bad for your hands.
It's bad for your
So
hands.
now
I
you
don't
need some
like
good
it.
lotion, too.
Yeah. So I'm going to try the lava soap.
All right.
New contest, which is not even a contest. What I'm asking for is please provide me with a suggestion of a purple ink. I'm looking for a purple ink for myself.
Do you want it dark? Do you want it light? Do you want it bright? Is it
I
springy?
want it somewhere in the
Easter egg?
middle. I don't like the bright ones, and I don't like it to be dark, so dark you can't tell it's purple. I want it to say purple, but I don't want it to be lavender.
Okay.
I don't want it to be blue-black.
You're really picky.
I'm very picky, but this is what happened. I got a letter, an Incorimo letter that was written in purple ink, and I said, I need a purple ink.
Well, why don't you just Incorimo back and say, what was
What
that
is that ink?
Yeah.
This one was a little too bright.
Okay.
So I'm just looking for suggestions. So if you suggest a purple ink, even if I don't wind up trying it or using it, you'll be entered for next week's contest for $20 gift certificate, which is a credit to your Anderson Pens account. I told you, remember, we had not one, not two, but three new items from Sailor. I'm going to talk about the first two because they are two new Sailor 50 States inks. I'm not going to look at my sheet. One is Arizona and one is South Dakota.
Yes. Do you know which is which?
Yes, the South Dakota is a gentle purplish pink
Ooh.
that is both easy to read and in broader nibs can reveal orchid-colored tones.
This could be the purple you're looking
Could be.
for.
This rich color is inspired by the eye-catching South Dakota state gemstone, the rose quartz, and the untamed skies and sprawling hills at sunset. And Arizona is a bright coral orange color designed to reflect the awe-inspiring warm colors found in Antelope Canyon, which is located in north central Arizona. Two more inks.
So imagine, if you would, the Arizona ink in the Cross Wanderlust Antelope Canyon pen.
Fountain pen.
Fountain pen,
That's
yes.
right. That's
yeah.
because it's got those colors.
Yes, absolutely.
And-
I'm
and
excited about
Is
that.
it the Antelope Canyon pen?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
a match made.
I know.
Just for you.
Cool.
I'm interested in the South Dakota because, of course,
That could
I'm
be your
looking
purple.
for a purple.
Oh my gosh.
And we've seen the pictures, and they're usually pretty accurate because we've seen them in the past, and they have come true. These, of course, come in the 20-milliliter glass bottles, which are this size.
Yes.
Yeah, so I like this bottle. It's just like a little ice cube.
You know,
and
we could hook you up with some empty ones.
oh, you could. No, I like ink in this bottle because
Okay. Well, you could put
this
ink
is
in it.
about a supply of ink that I need.
Do you finish bottles?
And never.
Me
So
either.
I don't need those 75 ones
Yeah.
because I don't finish them.
I have one bottle of Herb and I may finish at some point, but not anytime soon.
And these inks are probably going to get here very soon.
Yes.
Because they're probably already here, maybe en route.
They will be coming. Yes. I don't recall if I've seen it.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if we had them next week because they send us the information
And then-
right away they're here. And so I'm going to try this South Dakota.
And typically, sailor inks are very well behaved. They rinse out easily.
Always,
They're smooth
always.
flowing. You can't go wrong with a sailor ink.
No.
The problem with sailor ink.
There's a problem with Sailor Ink, so
There
we're
is
going to
a
learn right
problem
now.
with sailor ink, and I'm just going to go public with it now. There are so many awesome colors. It's so
That
hard
is true.
to pick.
That's true.
That's the problem.
After today, I was going to go look for another Shiori.
Now you might have to wait for the bottle.
Yep, I have to wait.
So.
What else? There's a third thing. Do you remember what it is?
I know. Let me think. It is the Sailor Pro Gear Stellar Black Hole. Inspired by and named after a phenomenon that creates widespread wonder and fascination, the black hole. The resin body and finial are space black with various sparkles to look like an explosion of extraterrestrial dust.
Sparkle.
I know, I love sparkles. The cap is a warm golden yellow with golden glitter to appear like stars across the surface.
Glitter.
There, no, it's even more sparkle. It's so pretty. Gold clip and trim. The bicolor 21 karat nib is available in all 7 sizes: extra fine, fine, medium fine, broad, zoom, and music, and also medium.
And medium.
Do you want me to do that part again?
No, and medium.
And the converter and 2 ink cartridges are included.
Do you think I'm going to like this pen?
It sparkles.
It
You're gonna love
sparkles
this
and
pen.
has glitter, yeah.
Yes.
Of course, we haven't seen it. We have
No,
seen the
but-
pictures, the same pictures that you just saw.
Sailor pens with sparkle are just gorgeous. We've had so many of them, and they talk to me.
Yep, I like them. And when I was in Chicago,
Yes.
and Eleanor was with me in the store, and we both got to play with all the tester pens. We both loved the extra fine Sailor, remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, the extra
I
fine
was
nib
just
on a
shocked
Sailor.
that Eleanor was there and you were there, and it was
And so I am
exciting.
looking for an extra fine Sailor, and this one sparkles.
Yes,
But it's
got
not
your
it's
name
not
on
a
it.
cigar shape.
No,
which-
I prefer the Pro Gear.
You prefer the Pro
do
Gear, and I prefer
flat top.
cigar shape. But it might be so beautiful. It
That
does
you're
sparkle.
over willing to
Yeah,
look.
Yes,
you
I'm
lack
over
a
willing to
cigar
look.
shape. Okay.
Do we have any idea when they're coming? You're allowed to say soon here.
Soon.
Okay, soon, just like everything else. But I like the design. I like it.
They're
I like
very
the colors.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to see it in real life.
Yes. It's also nice to have. Sailor has consistently come out with a number of new things recently, and I'm really actually impressed with all the supply chain drama that a lot of companies are struggling.
Yeah, they're
to
giving
bring
lots
out new
of
products.
different options to reach lots of different tastes.
Yes.
My problem is I like all of them. But that's a
They
personal
consider
problem.
that
Yeah,
a
that's-
win-win,
that's a win-win.
So Sailor's happy.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here. But before we do, are you going to come back soon?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. All right. Right here?
Right here.
You're going to do a podcast?
Absolutely.
Okay. Why don't you start there?
Anything to torture Justin.
Why don't you start with that line there?
So thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
You can check us out online. No, on social media at Anderson Pens. And there's a store in Chicago.
There
I think
is a
you know
store in
all about that,
Chicago.
don't you?
I do. I
Where's it
am
located?
there every day on the ground floor of the Palmer House Hilton. We are open 7 days a week.
And please like this video and subscribe to our channel. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.